What up, guys? Leon Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Had a Digimon. This is part 10. Right after the events of the USJ, Izuku and his Digimon partners began resting up a little bit, with soon the faculty of UA getting a shocking, revelation about one of the members of the League of Villains being Kurogiri, being an old friend of Aizawa and President Mike. Not only that, everybody in Class 1A preparing for the sports festival, but also having all the other courses at their throats, declaring war at them. With Izuku finally unlocking the weapon function of the Digital World app, and now training how to fight using digital weapons. So, with that said, let's get into this. As the days go by, Izuku has been training harder and harder than he has ever before. It is mostly because he never thought of doing any physical training himself alongside his Digimon. And he never even expect to fight at all. Well, he would fight alongside his Digimon, but he never thought that he would be in the battles themselves. He thought that he would most likely would try and rescue people on the sidelines while his Digimon helped out as well. However, as the days go by, Izuku began getting used to using digital weapons, but his favorites being digital swords and digital blasters. And I know some of you had some questions, why would I give Izuku and other Digimon tamers, digital weapons? Well, if you guys have played Digimon World 4, which for the old consoles being PlayStation 4, GameCube, and Xbox, you know that Digimon use weapons in that game, so I figured it would be fun to add those, but give them to the human partners instead, so they can fight alongside their Digimon as equals. So yeah. As for his other Digimon's progression and how strong they've gotten, well, his main three being Gatomon, Terriermon, and Doraemon haven't reached Mega Level yet. But if they keep up this pace, they should be able to reach Mega Level before the summer camp, if anything. And mostly because Mitsugame's Digimon aren't holding anything back against them. So there's that too. As for the Digimon he plans on using during the sports festival, being Ryudamon and Black Gatomon, they're getting a lot stronger too. However, Black Gatomon has able to reach her ultimate level form before Ryudamon, even though both of them digivolved at the same time and should have the same level and skills as that. But the reason being, Black Gatomon doesn't want to feel useless to Izuku, especially on what happened at the USJ when she saw, Lucamon, forced to just protect everybody and not be by her partner's side. So, of course, she wants to get stronger and stronger. Ryudamon does feel the same way, but Black Gatomon is more determined than anything. While taking a break in close quarters combat training, he soon realized that Black Gatomon can digivolve to her ultimate level form, as he's saying, "Hey, Black Gatomon, you can digivolve now." As saying, "Really? I can?" As she soon walks over to Izuku, saying, "So what are you waiting for? Digivolve me." As Izuku saying, "Okay, sure." As he soon looks, saying, "I wonder what you would digivolve to. I don't know much about the Black Gatomon line." As he thinks this, with soon Mitsugami saying, "You could digivolve her now, Midoriya, or do it later, because we still need to get back to training. Just because I'm not at 100% doesn't mean you need to slack off." As saying, "Oh, yes, sir." As he looks at his phone again, and then goes to Black Gatomon, and then presses on her digivolution stage, as she soon begins glowing and turning into that of a purplish spear, as she soon screams out, "But Black Gatomon, digivolve too!" As soon her figure begins to change and turn into, as she screams out, "LadyDevimon!" as Izuku is actually shocked and surprised about this, as Mitsugami saying, I was wondering what this kid's reaction is, as he soon has his sunglasses on and saying, as he presses on the side, saying, that's going into the folder. That look is priceless. As he begins laughing to himself, quietly, as Izuku saying, Black Gatomon? Wait, no, LadyDevimon? As saying, yep, it's me, Izuku. So, what do you think of this form? As Izuku saying, I think you look awesome and strong, as he keeps saying this while trying to hold back his nervousness and blushing pretty hard right now, and trying not to look at his, other Digimon partner, soon Ryudamon, who's still fighting against, actually, Kawagumon, is saying, LadyDevimon, if you've already Digivolved, you think that you could now train with me or stop teasing our master at that? As he feeling annoyed with her saying, fine, if you say so. As soon Mitsugami saying, none of that now. You're now at ultimate level, so I think you should train with the other guys. As she's saying, are you sure? I just digivolved to my ultimate level form. You believe I'm ready for something like that now? As saying, oh yeah, definitely. Get going. Or unless you really want to piss me off. As she soon sighs, saying, fine. As she soon turns to Izuku and has her finger on his, chin. As saying, don't work too hard, Izu. As she goes over to, Rapidmon, Greymon, and Black Gatomon, as they still fighting against Sylphimon, Pyhildramon, and Dinobemon as well, each one of them. With soon, Izuku tries calming down from him blushing, saying, so you can continue still having a break, Midoriya. Honestly, after that, I think you're going to need it. As saying, wait, what did you... The look was so priceless after you seeing that you have a LadyDevimon. I was wondering what a kid like you would react having a Digimon like her. As Izuku saying, you knew what you would Digivolve into? I've seen my fair share of tamers with LadyDevimon. So yeah, and seeing a kid like you with a Black Gatomon, I only knew what was going to happen. As Izuku having his head down, saying, you're so cruel, sir. As he says, I get that a lot, given my personality. As he laughs quietly, saying, just relax. You're going to need it since you're not really at your 100% focused to train. As soon saying, just focus on your Digimon right now. See how well and how fast they're trying to get stronger after the events of the USJ. As Izuku is reminded of the USJ, as he remembers both Lucemon and Tomura Shigaraki, and also what almost could have happened to Rapidmon, as Izuku soon clenches his hand, as saying, hey, Mr. Mitsugami, tell me what would happen if a Digimon takes so much damage that they wouldn't be able to recover. What would actually happen? As saying, I guess you wouldn't know anything about that. Okay then, I'll tell you. If a Digimon takes too much damage, they would revert back to their Digi-Egg form. During that time, you would most likely have to wait at least a couple weeks or so until your Digimon hatches from a Digi-Egg again. But doing so, they would have to go back to being a trainee level, then in training level, and then go back to being into the rookie level. You would have to work so hard to get back up to at least your ultimate or mega level form. As Izuku hears this, he begins thinking, well, that doesn't sound too bad. As soon saying, but in the process of doing this, your Digimon would forget you. Saying, wait, what? As Mitsugami began explaining, once they revert back to their Digi-Egg, they're like newborn chicks, waiting to hatch and imprint themselves onto their new tamer or partner. basically thinking of you as like their mother in a way. You got Terriermon before when he was already in his rookie form. So of course, same thing also goes for your other 3 Digimon. If anything, that's a stroke of luck on your case, as he's soon saying. But what about as for your, well, Ryudamon and Plotmon? You said you trained them when they were in training level, basically, right? Yeah. So I kind of raised them in a way. As he's saying kinda, since they were already in training mode after all. With Izuku saying this, Mitsugami saying, so you should be prepared. If your Digimon takes too much damage, they will return back to their Digi-Egg, and they will forget you. Just remember that, Midoriya. As Izuku saying, yeah, just be glad it isn't the worst case scenario. Saying, what do you mean? If a Digi-Egg is ever destroyed in any way, it will just revert into data and it will disappear forever. You won't be getting your Digimon ever again. And I hope you understand this. Understand the risk on what would happen if you don't train or protect your Digimon at all. As Izuku is shocked hearing this. Basically, if he doesn't protect his Digimon, if he doesn't save them, if he doesn't fight alongside them, working together, hand in hand, if he isn't strong enough, then he could lose his Digimon forever. As thinking this, one by one, each one of his Digimon began disappearing from his mind, the last one being Terriermon, before he feels like he's all alone again. As Izuku saying, I won't let that happen. I will get stronger. I will get stronger for them. Not just for myself, but for them. They've been by my side for so long. I don't know if I could go on without them. Not because I don't want to become a hero without them. It's because they're my best friends. I don't want to lose my best friends. As Mitsugami smiles, saying, I hear you, kid. So, if that's the case, let's get back to training. As soon, he brings out a digital spear in his hands and swings it around and behind him, pointing it at Izuku, saying, are you ready, Midoriya? But soon, Izuku bring out twin digi-swords as saying, ready, Mr. Mitsugami, as they continue training. As there's only one day left before the sports festival. On his way home, all of Izuku's Digimon began talking with one another inside of his Digivice. As soon Terriermon saying, so, you guys feel any more sore than I am? As Doraemon and Galmon all scream yes. With Black Gatomon basically saying, I don't know how the hell you guys could do that without feeling like you're dying. As soon, Ryudamon saying, suck it up, you all. This is their way to make us get stronger to protect our master. Do you not understand that? Especially on the kind of Digimon tamers and Digimon we will be facing against in the world once he graduates. As hearing this, all their eyes begin widening, with Terriermon saying, I will get stronger. I will. Just you wait. As Galmon saying, Terriermon, I won't become weak again. When I was struggling to keep myself together, I saw Izuku crying for me. I won't let my best friend cry like that again. I will get stronger to beat that damn Lucemon. As soon, Doraemon couldn't help but crack a smile as he walks to Terriermon, saying, then you and me both. I'm going to get stronger too. And once I reach Mega Level, I'm going to wipe that damn Lucimon's smug smile off his face. Just you wait. As soon, both Terriermon and Doraemon smiles and saying, yeah! As Galmon couldn't help but smile himself, with, well, Black Gatomon giving off a sarcastic smile, as she begins thinking, I could care less about these idiots. The only thing I want to do is protect Izuku. And if they get him in any danger, I will not hesitate to basically revert them all into their Digi-Egg form if it means protecting Izuku from their screw-ups. I swear it. As she's done hearing this, Ryudamon couldn't help but look at Black Gatomon, but still remembers that he needs to get stronger too, for his partner, of course. As the final day has come, Ryudamon in Ryudamon finally reached his ultimate level form. And as Izuku noticed, and soon digivolves him as soon as possible into Ryudamon. And I am sorry if I'm kind of butchering it. It's really hard to pronounce for me. As soon, Izuku is actually impressed to see his Digimon reached his ultimate level form as soon as possible. Just after yesterday, Black Gatomon reached LadyDevimon. With that, Mitsugame saying, okay, it looks like they're ready for the sports festival. For the next couple of days, your ultimate level Digimon will be training hard as they can to reach mega level form. And just by looking at your other three, one of them should be able to reach mega level in no time. As Izuku saying, wait, really? With all of them screaming out, really? With Mitsugame and Sylphimon basically saying, like human partner, like Digimon partner, if I do say so. As Mitsugame saying, yeah, one of them can. I looked at them with my Digivice, and turns out your Doraemon is close to reaching mega level. And not only that, he has 2 mega forms at that. That's actually pretty rare for some Digimon. Normally they only have 1 mega form and that's it. I guess your Doraemon is pretty special in some way. As Dora Greymon basically couldn't help but have a smug smile as saying, see that? I'm more special than you idiots. After feeling annoyed hearing that, both, Galgarmon and Rapidmon soon scream out, shut up! With both of them punching him square in the face. After feeling that, he soon screams out, you damn idiots! You're gonna pay for that! As both of them say, bring it. As soon, LadyDevimon uses her special move being Darkness Wave! As a wave of pure darkness hits all 3 of them as they are soon knocked to the ground. As Izuku basically face palms as saying, oh man, those idiots, with Sylphimon and also another Digimon standing right beside him, being Shakomon, as the two couldn't help but laughing at the stupid scene that's going on in front of them. As Mitsugame saying, your Digimon are like children. If anything, they're like teenagers. They're specifically your age. As Izuku saying, I am so sorry for them. And saying, don't worry about it. After all, both the human partner and the Digimon partners grow up alongside each other. They grow, both not just physically but emotionally as well, and understand one another. Your Digimon really do understand you. I could tell when we were fighting at the USJ. You really trained them well. If only some of the other kids here at UA will understand their Digimon are more than just damn pets or imaginary coping mechanisms. As saying, imaginary coping mechanisms? What are you? As soon Izuku has a memory to Todoroki, as saying, you know about Todoroki and his Digimon? How can I not? The kid it says it all over his face every time he looks at your Digimon. He has them, and yet he can't accept them. If anything, I believe he believes that they're just imaginary, something that he probably thought up as a coping mechanism given his life. Saying, what do you mean about his life? I don't think it's something I should talk about. You should probably talk about this with him instead. After hearing this, Izuku couldn't help but be more curious about Shoto's past and wanting to know what he really truly thinks about his Digimon. As soon the last day has come and gone, and soon the sports festival has now begun, as dozens of heroes, civilians, and many other, hero agencies are now in the massive stadium come to see the first years of the UA Sports Festival. Soon, everyone in Class 1A is in a waiting room, with Izuku opening the door with Terramon on his shoulder and Doramon alongside Galmon are on his sides with Ryudamon in front of him, with Izuku saying, "We got at least a couple of minutes left before they want us to head out there to the arena. So be ready, everyone." As soon hearing this, Mineta begins feeling more and more worried and begins telling himself, swallow your fears, as Heizuki saying, I can actually understand what Mineta's coming from, as he begins feeling a lot more anxious and kind of worried, mostly because he won't be using Terramon, Doramon, or Galmon during the sports festival, that he be using, Black Gatomon and Ryudamon throughout the entirety of the sports festival instead, since he promised Mitsugame that he would. But so he's kind of worried that he won't be giving it his all, even though he really wants to. He wants all of his Digimon to shine as well, not just the ones he wants to get stronger. As he tries thinking this, soon Tokoyami comes up to Izuku, saying, Midoriya, I look forward to fighting you in the sports festival. Saying, Tokoyami, let's give it our all out there. Not to disrespect our partners, of course. As Izuku saying, wait, what? What do you mean? Is saying, I know about your Digimon, Midoriya. As he leans in, telling him this, as Izuku's eyes begin whitening. Don't worry, I haven't told anyone. You and I are the same. We both have Digimon partners. But it seems like you're more closer to yours. I'm close with my partner too, but he's not the kind of, he's pretty stubborn if I do say so. As Izuku can't understand that. As saying, but today, the two of us will be fighting alongside each other as equals, as friends. So, if we do end up fighting against one another, I hope that you and I can give it our all. Hearing the whisper, Izuku's Digimon were also surprised hearing this, that another person in Class 1A also has a Digimon partner as well, with soon Tokoyami wanting to say something, but it was too late, and everyone was already called out to the arena. As soon Class 1A enters, the crowd begins to roar and cheer for the future heroes of UA. Soon, the same goes for Class 1B as well, with soon all the other courses, but not as many as cheers and applause as the two hero course classes, of course, as well. Soon, the person that will be advising over the first year's UA Sports Festival event would be Midnight. As soon she calls Izuku to come to the stand and speak and give out a speech, as Izuku's eyes begin widening, as he has no idea what to say. He wasn't prepared for a speech or anything like this. Heck, he wasn't even told about this. As soon he begins thinking, Mr. Mitsugame said this didn't tell me on purpose. As he soon has a look of him with a devilish smile and horns on his head, and thinking that he wanted him to suffer in some way or another. After this, Izuku goes up to the stage as he begins feeling pretty nervous until he soon looks down at everyone that's basically behind him and seeing his Digimon with Terramon on Doramon's back, Galmon, Black Gatomon, and Ryudamon, as they're all smiling, with Terramon giving that of a thumbs up with his ears. As he soon takes a deep breath, closes his eyes, and soon opens them, and saying, everyone else here, I know many people wanted to be part of Class 1A and Class 1B. Many people wanted to be part of the hero course. That being general studies and maybe some in business. So I want to say this to all of them, not as an arrogance, but I won't hold back because I want to prove that I deserve to be part of this class. I want to show that I want to become a hero for everyone who once told me that it was an impossible dream for me. And not only that, I want to honor everything that my best friends have gotten me to this point. The ones who supported me and given me the strength to keep moving forward. And that is all. After that, Izuku soon left from the stage with soon tons of applause from the stands and even some from the other, classmates of first years of UA. As soon, Izuku couldn't help but smile with Terramon saying, "See, Izuku, I knew you could do it, buddy." As saying, "Thanks, guys." With that, Midnight begins explaining the first event of the sports festival, being the obstacle course race, as they'll be going outside of the arena and be facing against multiple obstacles that will hinder their progress back to the arena. First one here to the arena is the winner of the first event. After this, everyone is prepared as President Mike and both Aizawa begin giving out commentary, with soon them all beginning as President Mike began asking Aizawa, "So, Aizawa, tell me, what you think is going to be the first obstacle for everyone here during the obstacle course race?" As Aizawa soon says, saying, "The door." After this, a lot of people began getting stuck within the entrance of the arena as everyone tries to push and move out of the way. With soon, their ice begins creaking up everybody as it begins freezing. With soon, Shoto getting out of there, saying, "I got this in the bag. There's no way in hell I'm going to lose Midoriya and his fake Digimon. I swear I will win." As he runs as fast as he can. Soon, everyone else in Class 1A saw this coming and also began coming out as well, just like they would. Soon, Izuku, struggling to get out as much as he can, saying, "All right, at least I'm out." As everyone else began running and some tried to push him out of the way, Izuku soon brings out Ryudamon, saying, "Ryudamon, you know what to do, buddy." Saying, "Leave it to me, master." As soon, Izuku saying, "Ryudamon, time to digivolve." As then, Ryudamon is encased in a great spear. As soon, he soon digivolve. He screams out, "Ryudamon, super digivolve to Isai Ryumon." As then, a golden dragon appears in front of everyone, as some were actually starstruck. And even those in the, arena could see this on the monitor. As then, he soon lies down for Izuku, saying, "Get on, master. I'll reach us all the way to the finish line without you even touching on a single obstacle. I promise you." As soon, Izuku saying, "Go for it, buddy." As then, he rushes and flies high into the sky, going through the obstacle race. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Also, like and subscribe, which really helps out the channel a lot. Check out my gaming channel and my Discord if you guys want to ask me questions on my Discord and want to see me play a couple of games and just relaxing. At any rate, this is Mooky, signing out. Later.